Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards. Use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that star card. This is a spiritual connection. This is divine insight. This is a lot of blessing coming your way. Okay? I think that this is really, this is the revelation of a lot that might have been hidden or confusing to you. Like, I feel a big part of your life path is being revealed. Okay? I feel like a lot of details are coming out. I feel like you're starting to get a lot of confirmations, a lot of certainty, a lot of signs around you, a lot of spiritual downloads. Yeah, let's put this into some context. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see how this starlight might be manifesting in your life. All right, let's do a few more cards. We've got the Magician. Wow, this is really interesting because these are both ideas of receiving the divine influence, the light, the certainty, the blessings, the spiritual energy, whatever you want to call it, and transmitting it down to the earth. Both of these cards, the star is doing that very obviously with this kind of spiritual water that's coming over from the top and then being poured down on the earth below. The Magician does the same thing through a more active, intentional process, right? This is more yielding, more receptive. This is more dynamic and more kind of intentional. The spiritual energy, the divine light flowing through the Magician, and of course the Magician expresses it out into the world. This is a very interesting combination of cards. Let's see what else we've got. We've got a Tower. I think it's really shaking things up in your world. More fire energy here with the Prince of Wands. I feel like you're ready for a big change. You're ready, you're ready to break through fire and earth. Fire and earth. We're ready to get rid of what's old, get rid of what's not working. It's kind of like getting rid of where we were and creating where we're going and where we will be, right? Very nice. And look, more major arcana card, more fire energy, really. This is the Courage, and this is also that creative magic ability that we get here. With the active and passive, it's kind of the yin-yang. It's the balance that you have with this spiritual energy that's allowing you the courage to move forward and the ability to create your reality. First, we have to tear down what's been limiting us, okay? And there, look at that balance right there with the Justice card. And the Sun card. Wow, more fire. Right? This is that spiritual light altogether. And this, in the environment, is you shining your spiritual light out to the world. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. Wow. This has never happened before. All of this kind of fiery energy, then leading up to this idea of balance and expansion. We've got a wheel here with the Six of Pentacles. It's a manifestation of the Wheel of Fortune in your practical life, in your earthly life. Receiving the blessings of this Wheel of Fortune, okay? And finally, another all major arcana cards on the path of the Serpent. In fact, it's like 99%, maybe 80% major arcana cards today. The only thing else we have is fire to earth, right? The Prince of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. It's through your committed efforts that you are improving your life, improving your situation. This is stunning. Wow. 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 Where to even start from here? What is the Tower that needs to happen? This is a breakthrough. This is something that in your heart, I feel, needs to change, right? This is something that you got to be brave and you've got to allow this change to occur. Okay, and it's an internal change. This card's down beneath the surface. It doesn't mean you have to leave your job or anything. This is kind of like breaking through our own limitations, be they mental, physical, emotional, spiritual limitations. Not letting those limitations affect the kind of success that we're building. It's out with the old, in with the new, right? And the new is that Six of Pentacles that we see here, coming from this Prince of Wands. This is your effort. This is your decision. This is really the commitment that you have to the spiritual energy, to your spiritual life. Okay, and because you're looking right at that star, and then of course we've got the sun, which I don't know if you know this, the sun is a star too, right? We've got this star, which may have, until now, has seemed like it was a distant thing. That this was your spiritual connection, but it seemed like it was something that wasn't front and center. It wasn't present in your life in a way that you could kind of touch and pick up and hold. You know, it seemed like something maybe even a little bit more theoretical than practical or real. I think with the appearance of the sun card, we see this sun now. No, it's right up close and personal now. Rather than being a distant star way out there, now it's the sun that's like right here in your face. No denying it, right? So I think that you're going to be receiving a strong confirmation in the next few days. An undeniable spiritual event is taking place that you will, if you're a doubter or a skeptic now, you won't be. Okay? You won't be. I'm also seeing a white owl, and I don't know if you've been dreaming of a white owl or if that's something to look for as the symbol, right? But I feel like this spiritual revelation, this is a spiritual experience, right? I feel like it's unleashing a lot of power and concentration, focus, determination, a lot of intentional kind of energy with you, okay? And so I think that you literally are going to be pushing forward with some plan, some project, some aspiration that you have, that maybe you've been, Tower, kind of holding back. Yeah. It could be a business kind of thing. It could be a career thing, financial thing. In a very real way, we see the old limitations crumbling down, the obstacles crumbling down, and you achieving success. So financial, career, business, your job, something in that nature, I think is going on with you. I think there is a breakthrough happening in how you make money. Yeah. And it does require your efforts. Okay. This is where I think some people mistake. They just assume that, okay, now I sit here like this and I wait. Yeah, waiting is part of it. Receiving, maybe not waiting, but receiving. You know, asking for and allowing that energy to come in. That's very star card, right? But then Mercury is not exactly that. This is invoking now. This is kind of commanding the forces to appear before you. And using your mind, using your skills and talents. Now, I think that you have intense skills and talents. I think that you're highly intelligent. I also wonder if you have a certain connection with animals. I feel like either something with like spirit animals, like you can communicate with animals, or you help people with their spirit animals. Something I see, there's a lot of animals around you. I think kind of in spirit form, in guide form, rather than, maybe you got a lot of fur babies, I don't know. But it feels like it's more a spirit animal thing with you. I feel like you have this ability to really receive information and then communicate it out. See, we have coming in and we have going out with these two cards. And this is really the name of the game. I think receiving the spiritual light, receiving the certainty, the clarity, the divine vision, right? And being able to express it out in a way that is productive and healthy and brings people together, brings things together, brings, entities together. Right? So with the, you know what? Before we get too far in this, let's select the mystery card. Yeah, you almost let me forget again. We're going to select one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is going to be our bonus card, confirmation card. And we're going to put Robo-Duck, a.k.a. Howard the Duck, a.k.a. not Howard Stern, right there on top of that card. We're not going to look at that card until the very end of the reading. But it will tie everything together, right? It's going to give us our confirmation. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. We can do it together. We can make it interactive. We can exercise our intuition. Yeah, it's like a muscle. You got to use it. And that being said, I feel like you have been using your intuition. I feel like you're in a position where you, before you make any major life decisions, and really probably at the beginning of every day, you pull a tarot card or two, you do an I Ching hexagram, you do a geomancy chart. I feel like you do something every morning to connect with spirit and to get the message for the day. But maybe it's not daily, but I feel like for big decisions, you definitely do. There's the cat, see? She's confirming what I just said. She agrees with me. You don't have to believe me, but we can't disagree with a cat, you know? So for these big life decisions, I feel like you do consult with spirit and you allow that energy to come in. You receive the kind of clarity or the confirmations that you need, and then you decide how to act upon those. It's not just about receiving and then we sit on our hands, you know? We've got to translate this into action, into decisions, into efforts. And that is exactly what the Luster Strength card does in this position here. It takes the combination. It's kind of like, you think of the Prince of Wands. This is somebody who's very committed, very creative, really is eager, loves to do their work and loves to do what they do, loves to create. Through this process, it's like you level up. You see that these two cards are kind of the same, but this is just like a crazy, juiced up, jacked up version. This is you after this kind of spiritual consultation, right? You see what I'm saying with the difference here? It's like this is before and this is after. And this really kind of makes me laugh, but this is kind of a before and an after with this spiritual consultation. So you've always been very creative, very committed, but now with the spiritual process, the spiritual, I feel like you've got some intentional like rituals and stuff that you do. It might be like a morning routine, yoga, prayer, meditation, or something like that, you know. And I feel like this is you after. Yeah, where you're still in this creative, ambitious mode, but now it's just like, well, now it's magic. Right now it's extraordinary. Right? Literally extraordinary. Yeah. A lot of major arcana cards today. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major arcana cards, and then of course 9 and 10. So yeah, 80%. That's really unheard of. We usually don't get 80% major arcana cards, okay? And especially with the way it's all very, well, balanced, right? Very balanced. And of course, Libra, this Justice card is your power card. So this is you knowing the right proportion, the right measure of energy for yourself, you know? Taking in as much as we are putting out, and it's remaining equal. It's an even flow of things, right? Shout out to Pearl Jam there. Eddie Vedder, he is a fan of the show, so I heard that from a friend. There is an extraordinary balance in you where things feel effortless. There's going to be this kind of ease through the next, who knows how long this will last, but I feel like it's dawning right now. And there's just this certain flow. It's almost like things cancel each other out to where there's just smoothness, you know? It's like there are peaks and there are valleys and but now it just evens out to the point where it's just, it's like we're floating, you know? And so I feel like you're really tapping into something here. But whatever this project is, let's talk about this. This is what it's all about. Your efforts to create this success in your life. What is the 6 of Pentacles for you? Well, it's material success. It is your business doing well, better than well, right? It's beautiful. It is stunning. It is in harmony. It is balanced. It looks like a shining light. It looks like if you look at this too long, it's going to blind you, right? It's like like Spirit shining a flashlight in your eyes, you know? And to me, this is really also confirming this kind of sudden dawning of this spiritual light. Okay, you may have had a spiritual practice for a long, long time, but this is one of those moments that comes upon you like a flash, like a rush of light, you know. And I think it really does give you the spiritual insight that you need, allows you to transcend whatever these limitations were or are, depending on where you're at in this timeline, you know. This is the success of this project. It could be one particular project in school, at work. It could be an overall career aspiration. It could be a family thing. It could be something with a home. It could be buying a home, relocating, building a family, building a life. It could be maybe you're retired. It's whatever you're putting all of your effort into right now. It's why you're here today, watching this reading, whenever you're watching it. Okay. So we're going from fire to earth. This is what we're trying to accomplish. And there's nothing in the way of this. This is a complete circuit of electricity. Fire to earth. Nothing's in the way of this. Okay? And indeed, what is making this happen is all of this major arcana, all of this spiritual energy. The limitations being removed from your life, your connection with Spirit, the two-way street that you've got with Spirit, your own creative and magical abilities, your efforts to step into your own creativity, to step into your own magic, right? Now, Spirit's telling me that there's some drama going on with like a neighbor or somebody that I don't know if they live around you, but I feel like they're just kind of adjacent to you. Maybe it's the next office over, or the next house over, or the next neighborhood over. There's some kind of drama going on there. I don't know what that is. I feel like that's some of these things that we need to kind of let go of. All of these things that really are just going to prevent us or slow us down from getting our instantaneous kind of manifestation here. It's one of those things that need to be let go of. And see, the tower even has that eye right at the top. That is your third eye. That is the awakening where you can see things for what they are, and you have the ability to judge things. Okay? To assign a value to them. Not an intrinsic value. We're not saying that all this stuff is meaningless and worthless and, but for you right now, for what you're doing, see the cat, she agrees with me. We are in this mode where we have to use our spiritual discernment, our enlightenment, our third eye, to estimate the value of things and decide whether or not it's something for us. Like if there is that drama with the neighbor, you can see it for what it is, and you realize that this is just taking your energy away from your goal, your project, your work. Okay, so we have to judge it, and I know we try to be non-judgmental. We try to be tolerant and accepting of everything and everyone. Yes, but in a relative way, when it comes to our own lives and our own work, you have to be discerning. And you have to say no to some things. If people are trying to draw you into this drama with this neighbor, you have the right to say no and to say, I don't value that as a good usage of my time or my energy. Here's our cat here. This is TT. She's a Sphinx cat. She loves candles, obviously. We have the right to be discerning and decide what is good for us and what is not, right? And it's part of this realization of this, the I in this tower card. Breaking through all these things that we were entangled with or future entanglements, and we can say no. We can see it for what it is, and sometimes things are a waste of energy, a waste of time. We're not judging those things with their intrinsic value. We're not assigning an absolute meaning or value to these things, but in a relative way, I can't do it right now. you know? And that's the kind of power that we have to take. Now, let's talk about the rest of these cards. I'd also like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. All right. And it helps out the channel. I appreciate that. Okay, so we've got your power card as your general energy. This is you really taking charge of your life. You're owning all of this over here. And see, this fire to earth thing, this could be any goal you have. Any goal you have. We don't have any air. We don't have any water cards, that heart and mind, right? Thinking and feeling. Our human personality stuff. We don't have anything getting in the way, right? Our heart is pure. Our mind is clear. We know what we're doing. And it's with all this spiritual energy. This is all the spiritual energy that's being activated in you in the coming days and weeks. Get ready for this. Yeah, this is going to be intense. And this could be a simple goal, right? But this is how we want everything to be. This is every project, every effort, everything that we decide to do gets done in this Six of Pentacles, very successful, very bright and beautiful and harmonious way, right? Everything's a great success. Right? I was going to do the Borat voice. I decided not to. And so it's how we want to do everything, right? With such beauty, with such magic, right? Even just the little things seem glorious. Yeah. And this feels really, really good. The Sun card now is the star up close and personal. It's almost now you're identifying, you're saying, wow, that's me, right? We're looking for this long-term goal. And I think that while these two cards here kind of represent the day-to-day or kind of one step at a time, one project at a time, the star represents a long-term, long-distant aspiration that may seem like it's way out there. Well, what does the Lust or Strength card do? Reaches up into the sky and pulls that star down and looks at it. And this is it. This is what you've reached up into the heavens and you've plucked this jewel. And this is you. This is your soul, your spirit, your path. This is your purpose and your destiny. This is you fully illumined, right? This is you able to see the consequences really of all of your actions. It's almost like with the Justice card here, it's almost as if we are, through this spiritual experience, burning away all the seeds of karma. Wiping the slate clean, and now every decision we make doesn't create the kind of karma, because I guess in some way there's a detachment from the results of things, that we're just in this spiritual zone right now. And so we are, it's almost like everything kind of balances out at the end. I almost wonder if the mystery card will be the Fool, right? The Zero, right? Where the balance is exactly, everything's equal, and it's on zero. You know, I feel like this is the realization of your overall purpose in life. These incremental goals, these day-to-day kind of earthly, fire-to-earth accomplishments. What is their bigger message? What is the bigger picture here? Well, with the Sun card here in your environment, I think you're really beginning to see how everything that you're accomplishing is leading you somewhere. Leading you somewhere. Yeah. And I really do. I feel like you've had a lot of like supernatural experiences when you were a child, right? I feel like almost that you would communicate with spirits. And I kind of think it was mostly an animal thing. Or it's become more of an animal thing. I still have a lot of animals around you right now. But I feel like you've always had this ability to communicate with the subtle. Yeah. And anyway. This, I think, is that clarity, right? The sun shines everywhere. The light doesn't discriminate. It can see everything. So this, we're talking about being discriminating and discerning and being able to say no to things that are not for us. Well, the sun is that energy that can see everything. Really, the sun is the eye at the top there, right? And the sun can see everything, can understand, can really just it's a clairvoyance, really, can see the results of things. instantaneously. So this drama with the neighbor, you can say no to it because you can see instantly how it's going to go, right? But this is with everything. This is you being able to look at anything and see it, right? See everything about it. And this is clarity, okay? And this is now you're holding kind of the flashlight here, and you're able to look at everything, okay? This is a really expanded consciousness, a very open awareness. And this is a willingness to, yes, to look at everything. We're not afraid to look. We don't want to keep things in the dark, unless maybe we'll get a moon card over here. We don't want everything in the dark. We have the confidence to see it and say no to it if we need to. Yeah, because you know the bigger picture. You know how everything fits together, so you know what your path is. And then here is your orbit. If this is the sun, this is you and your life, your energy, your spirit and soul. The Wheel of Fortune is your orbit. You know, we think of the planets going around the sun, right? But the sun also has a path. Yeah? You are that sun. What is your orbit? What are you circling? You know, what is your path through the universe? And we don't think of it like that. We think of the stars as being fixed. Well, yeah, they are, because the distance and, parallax, all this kind of stuff. I don't know too much about it. But they're not fixed. They are moving. They are hurtling through space at literally astronomical speed. And they have a path. Gravity, or whatever it is, has put them on a certain kind of, path through the universe. And that's what you're discovering here with the sun and the Wheel of Fortune. Now, it's interesting that the Wheel of Fortune very much looks like this Six of Pentacles, right? To me, this is really you manifesting this understanding of your path in life, kind of one accomplishment at a time, in a very real, tangible way where you can touch it and squeeze it. So this is something spiritual or abstract or cosmic. This is something very practical and real and terrestrial. Yeah. Fire and earth. Now we've got fire and earth up here with the Devil card. This is ambition. This is endurance. This is you with the ability to climb the mountain one step at a time. See, this is fire and earth, but this is Capricorn. This is fire and earth too, because Capricorn is the cardinal earth sign, fire of earth, right? And this is a very important energy for you right now. I don't know if you know any Capricorn people, or if you have a strong Capricorn placement in your chart. But I feel like this is that kind of ambition. It's really taking the spiritual understanding, translating it to a practical accomplishment, practical purposes. Yeah, it's amazing. Very, very amazing. Gosh, I like this. I like this so much. There is an idea here with the Devil card. I wonder if you've been isolating yourself a little bit. Okay? And just with these cards here, I do feel like there's some kind of a partnership that you recently left. Now, I don't know if you recently broke up with somebody, or you left a job, or you dissolved a contract, or the contract ended. There's some sort of a professional, it feels like either a legal or a professional relationship that has ended recently. Yeah. Spirit's telling me that there's something, and I'm also getting an A name and a Y, A and Y. And I feel like you've separated from something on an official kind of level. Yeah. Anyway, let's look at the mystery card. Let's see what Robo Duck, a.k.a. Howard the Duck, a.k.a. not Howard Stern, has for us. I do think very good fortunes are coming your way. I mean, let's call it what it is. These two cards are stunning. And of course, the Wheel of Fortune says it is your time to start focusing on accomplishing these goals, even if it's just one little tiny thing at a time, right? Very much in control of your energies, your desires, your appetites even. We know what to say no to. We know what we have to transcend to get all this stuff done. And that leads us up the mountain of this goat, right? So let's look at the mystery card. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm thinking another major Arcana card. Yeah. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. Oh, it's a 10. It's a 10 of Wands. To me, the 10 of Wands feels like we're just starting out on a journey, right? And it may feel like this is really a difficult journey to start, right? And I kind of feel like this is like things are going to be the heaviest when you first start out. And eventually we're going to leave things behind. It's kind of like you got your delivery van full of packages, right? The more stops you make, the lighter the truck gets, you know, the faster you can kind of go, and because you're dropping stuff off, you know. So I think it's kind of like right now it feels like a huge burden. It feels like there is just a million things for you to do. Well, tick one of them off the list. You only got 999,999. So the more we get done, the lighter this feels. But right now it may feel like you've got all of it on your shoulders right now. Okay? The more you do, the easier it will get. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. You should stick around for that. There's a link at the end of the video. There's a link up here. There's a link down in the description. There's a link everywhere. New readings for Libra every Wednesday and Saturday. But I am here doing readings every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time. Come on back. See me again tomorrow. Okay? Watch different placement. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Does not cost you anything. Okay? Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.